98.3 FM and 1340 AM KIHR and GorgeRadio.com presents the Mid-Columbia Today Show with Mark Bailey. Special thanks to our sponsors, Skyline Hospital, Eastside Paving, and Del Carpine Automotive. Now, here's Mark Bailey.
Good morning. It is Friday, the 19th of June. We thank you for joining us on this final day of the week, in which it's going to warm up considerably, apparently today. What was highs today? I think 90s, I believe, somewhere in there. Winds kick up later today, or more tonight, apparently, according to the forecast we got. But I guess tomorrow, if you are heading east and south, Dalles eastward and southeastern Wasco County, apparently there's going to be a fire weather warning in effect once again tomorrow. We're in fire season all the time. It really doesn't matter about the warnings and stuff. We have to be careful at all times at this point. But you get a combination of high temperature, though it's not going to be as hot tomorrow, and the strong winds, and obviously it gets that much worse. So again, everybody, please be careful out there. What are we doing today? Well, first of all, Tamara Tappel's with us from the Mount Adams Chamber of Commerce. We'll talk about 4th of July, which is just 2 weeks away, shockingly enough. So that is coming, and we'll talk about a couple other things as well. Second half of the program, Brett Stomps will be with us, Hood River Fireworks. 4th of July again. Today is a holiday itself, a federal holiday. It's Juneteenth, of course, which we'll mention in our days here in a second. But we're going to be talking about the next holiday, which is just, 15 days away. But we'll talk to Brett about what they're trying to do as far as, of course, the fireworks show in Hood River, which is all off of community donations. They don't get a dime from anybody else to do this. So we will talk to Brett about that in the second half of the show. But first, as we always do, let's tell you about what this day has meant and what it means, at least to some people. This day in 1865, Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas, with news that the Civil War was over and that all remaining enslaved people in Texas were free, an event now celebrated nationwide as Juneteenth. There will be a Juneteenth celebration 3 to 8 today, by the way, at Jackson Park in Hood River. 1910, the first ever Father's Day in the U.S. was celebrated in Spokane. That's where it started, in Spokane, Washington. It was not a federally recognized annual observation until President Richard Nixon made that proclamation in 1972. I think we were doing Father's Day, though, before that, is my guess. Before 72. Probably through the greeting card companies, most notably. That area is who we can point to as far as these things. 1953, Julius Rosenberg at 35 and his wife Ethel at 37, convicted of conspiring to pass U.S. atomic secrets to the Soviet Union, were executed at Sing Sing Prison in Ossining, New York. They were the first American civilians to be executed for espionage. 1963, Soviet cosmonaut Valentina Tereshkova completed her historic flight as the first woman in space, landing safely by parachute to conclude the Vostok 6 mission. 1964, the landmark Civil Rights Act of 1964 approved by the Senate 73 to 27 after surviving a lengthy filibuster. 1975, former Chicago organized crime boss Sam Giancana was shot to death in the basement of his home in Oak Park, Illinois. The killing has never been solved. 1986, University of Maryland basketball star Len Bias, the first draft pick of the Boston Celtics 2 days earlier, suffered a fatal cocaine-induced seizure. And in 1987, the U.S. Supreme Court, in the case of Edwards versus Aguillard, struck down a Louisiana law requiring any public school teaching the theory of evolution to teach creation science as well. Our days for today, we've told you it's Juneteenth. It's also National Day of Prayer for Law Enforcement Officers. It's Garfield the Cat Day. I think it was 1978, I believe, was the date I saw, was the first time Garfield appeared in comic strips and newspapers around the country. It's National Flip-Flop Day today. To quote Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory, the official footwear of the laid-back fellow. It's National Pets in Film Day today. Dogs and cats in movies. It's National Watch Day today, as in the watch. Yeah, tick-tock, tick-tock. For those of you who still wear a watch. I don't anymore because I've got, the mobile device, you look and you get the exact time. It's World Albatross Day today. And it's World Sauntering Day today. This was created a number of years ago by somebody who wanted to counter jogging. When jogging was... It was called the jogging craze. I grew up in Eugene. People ran all the time anyway, to the point of annoyance. And I didn't know I know they haven't stopped jogging. I see a couple run by my window every day while I'm working. But instead of jogging, you're supposed to saunter today. Take it easy. Our food and drink might help you do that because one is National Martini Day. So as we always say, celebrate responsibly. Because if you don't, then you won't be able to saunter or jog or anything else. It's also National Take Back the Lunch Break Day today, which basically is about don't eat lunch while working, which I did yesterday and I should not have. I know I shouldn't. Except, though, then I get done quicker and then I'm off doing what I want to do on time, which didn't happen yesterday also. And finally, it's National Eat an Oreo Day today. I don't suppose you have to stop at one. They did keep it singular. But yes, have an Oreo. And may I implore, have a real Oreo. You know, either Oreo or double stuff, which, by the way, now is stuffed basically the way basic Oreos were stuffed when I was a kid. I've noticed that. The double stuff is no longer double stuff. So I imagine that sets up being able to put out triple stuff, which will basically be double stuff at that point. But they make so many different Oreos now. Have a real one. Have an original. There you go for what it's worth. Probably not worth anything at all there in many cases, except for the Juneteenth part. It's 8:11 in the morning. When we come back, we will talk to Tamara Tappel right after this.
Let Asset, Advanced Security and Electrical Technology, introduce you to the cloud. No, not that kind of cloud. Cloud-based security systems. Let's face it, we all know the term cloud and what it is, but the people at Asset will use it to your advantage. Cloud cameras, cloud access control, cloud intrusion alarms. How does this benefit you? It'll centralize data security, eliminate the need for on-premises infrastructure, make backup and recovery easier, and a whole lot more. Asset isn't a 1-800 number place that you call. They're a local company. They live here too. And if you need video surveillance, access control, fire alarms, you name it, Asset will help create it and install a security solution that's perfect for you, including cloud-based security. Asset, your local connection to the cloud. Just not that kind of cloud. To find out more, visit asetinc.com and stay local. Asset, Advanced Security and Electrical Technology.
Hello, this is Hood River City Council President Gladys Rivera. Thank you to everyone who participated in the city's recent community survey. Your feedback is helping guide important conversations about housing and public safety in Hood River. Now, we invite you to join us in person. Attend our Housing Town Hall on Tuesday, June 23rd from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at City Hall to learn more about housing needs and possible solutions. Then visit our police station open house on Monday, June 29th from 5 to 7 p.m. Learn more at hoodriver.gov/bond.
Eastside Paving has a local team of professional paving experts ready to handle any size job for you. Eastside Paving's 35 years of experience provides the knowledge, procedures, and resources to ensure the job is done correct. Licensed, bonded, and insured in Oregon and Washington, Eastside Paving specializes in industrial, commercial, and residential jobs. Whether it's overlay, parking lots, private roads, patching, or driveway resurfacing, Eastside Paving has you covered. Call Rick Saran today for a free estimate. 503-519-6478. EastsidePaving.com. CCB 68962.
Mid-Columbia Today is a public affairs program of Bi-Coastal Media Columbia River, 98.3 FM and 1340 AM KIHR and GorgeRadio.com. Now, back to Mark Bailey.
It is 8:13 in the morning on Mid-Columbia Today, and Tamara Tappel is with us, Mount Adams Chamber of Commerce. Good morning, Tamara.
Good morning, Mark.
How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Oh, not bad. Just kind of enjoying it. It's a bit of a lighter day for me today because, with the Juneteenth holiday, the government folks aren't working. So the news slows down greatly to a point. So I don't have, and plus I'm the off season for me with high school sports being done. So I don't have as much to do at this time. Now they're finding things for me to fill the time with, unfortunately, but
it's the way that happens.
That's the way it happens. Exactly. Last night, you had the Nights of White Salmon, first one for the summer. I think
We
was
do.
it the first one or second
Well,
one?
technically we do it in May with our wine walk, but it's Mother's Day weekend, so it's on a Saturday. But now we're into our official third Thursdays, June through September.
And I think you center it out of a parking lot there, which I know what the parking lot is when it's written in front of me, but I don't know.
Well, it's Kula Chiropractic's office building, and then the biggest parking lot kind of wraps around their space right there in the downtown core, and then it's all the way up and down the street. We have a great new mural on the side of one of our largest buildings. Hopefully you've seen that. It's fabulous.
Okay, so but 5 days, you have music each Thursday night of this event every third Thursday, and
It's really an artisan's market is the focus, I would say. There's a lot of other things that add into it, but you're going to see a lot of craftspeople that you don't normally see even necessarily at the farmer's market, but sometimes. Just a good blend of different small business people with their crafts and things that they, what they do.
Bingeon's got an event, though, going on, I think, starting late this afternoon.
Indeed, that's Rootstock. It's happened, I think, a couple years now, and it's an all-weekend event. Tonight's focus is a talent show. Saturday's focus is really just live music all day long, along with the booths and other things that'll be available for you to peruse. And then Sunday, kind of the same thing, but with a real kid focus on Sunday. So that's the day to really bring the whole family and...
There is free admission to that, I remember, for that.
Yes.
And it's out at Dobbins Peck Park, which is right there on Highway 14.
They're really easy to access, free parking.
Actually, speaking of Highway 14, just because somebody mentioned this, I haven't been over there for a little while. They've been ripping up the road in an intersection. Oh, this apparently is catching a nerve with the locals here.
Yeah, I think City Hall is really taking the brunt of the calls and heat.
Which isn't fair, by the way, because it's a state highway.
Yes, exactly. But people want to know, and that's who they know to call. And hopefully it will be complete soon. It's even once it's complete, I don't think anybody really is going to be happy who has to drive that.
I say, as someone who's in tourism promotion, how much do road construction projects hurt?
Heavily. I can tell you that I do have first-hand knowledge from the owner of the businesses that are right there in the zone of the construction, and they've definitely seen a financial impact to having that road construction going on as long as it's been going on. I mean,
how long has it been going on over there?
It's been a couple months where
Okay.
there's really been almost like a fencing barrier to get through to a business parking lot. In that zone, it's just the congestion, the people that live there, right on the street. That I can't. They're having to park their cars in weird places. It's just been. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of roundabouts, I guess. And there it is.
Good. So finally, somebody else who doesn't like roundabouts, because I can't stand roundabouts. I think I can't. I'm being old and grumpy in this case. I know, because they always say, well, it does this, and it helps traffic flow. If people know how to use them, and my experience with one roundabout in particular in the Dalles, they don't, is my experience. You don't turn your blinker on going into the roundabout. This is a pet peeve of mine. I'm going far afield. You don't turn it off going in. You turn it on where you're going to get out of the roundabout. You have no choice going in. You turn it off where you're going out to tell the people who are going in when they can go in.
Yes, I'm afraid there's so many drivers in our community or just our world that that was never a part of their experience of learning to drive, and they just are really struggling.
Okay, I will let this go, because this is not the point of this segment. I thought I was hitting a nerve with you, and then it hit my nerve, apparently. They're putting in a roundabout. Now,
well, let me give you a little frosting. I just saw a presentation that the Bridge Authority is putting a roundabout at the Washington end of the new Hood River Bridge that's coming in. So we can look forward to that.
Well, would that be the Bridge Authority or is WSDOT actually dictating
actually,
it? I would assume probably
right.
it is.
You're right.
I don't want to point my finger at the wrong group. And
no, you're right.
Goodness knows those folks have a hard enough job just trying to make sure the check comes to get this bridge done.
My apologies.
No, I don't want to. So I assume it's Well, no,
yes.
They're cheaper than signal lights. I get it. But I am never going to be in favor of them. I will vote them down every time I get a chance.
It's an awkward sort of dynamic, especially for the bike ped lane that's going to come off of the bridge and then I don't know.
Yeah.
The crossings, the little, islands. But anyways, it's coming.
Okay, I'm going to get away from this. I just went up to an area I had no idea I was going to. Let's go to 4th of July. That's where I said I was going here. You got your big parade coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yes, the 4th of July in White Salmon is going to really be fun this year. It's coming together nicely. We've been working on it for months, and we've just had great sponsor support that's helped us really pull it together. We're going to be able to have 2 bands in the park after the parade, and so it's the parade followed by music in the park, and it's just about a 3-hour window of community fun and festivity.
Parade entries, are you taking them? Or you guys are fairly informal, I will say.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
I really do appreciate having pre-registrations because it helps me. We do have a lineup. There is an order to the parade. It's not just come on, get in line. And in order for people to be announced properly, they need to be correctly in the right order with the paperwork. And so with that being said, pre-registration is so highly appreciated. I just can't say it enough. Also, if you have a veteran or you are a veteran and don't have your own vehicle that you will drive through, we have seats available by others who will drive our veterans and their family, their widows. If they'd like to be in the parade, let us honor them in the front of the parade, behind the color guard and the Grand Marshal. And really, celebrating our veterans is a big piece for me of the 4th of July and being an American.
So 11 o'clock in the morning is when the parade starts. It sounds like your lineup starts about 10:15 or so?
Yeah, I'll probably be down there 10 o'clock, right across from Spokes Bike Park Trailhead entry onto Homish Street, which is the north side of the ball fields that we line up on around Center Street and O'Keefe. Please be, cognizant of people's driveways.
Yes, that would be nice.
Yes. Sometimes that's an issue.
But you also have some prizes, apparently, you're going to give out.
We do. We actually have a sponsor specifically for 6 really great prizes that are going to be assigned to different categories, such as best dressed pet, best red, white, and blue outfit. There's a group assignment category. I can't even list them all off the top of my head, but look up the flyer. Yes, there is prizes.
So if someone would like to take part in this parade and get signed up in advance and help you out, most certainly, or again, a veteran who'd like to be in the parade that you can get a ride for, what do they need to do? Really,
the easiest way to get a hold of us is just to call the visitor center at 509-493-3630 and have a talk with me. Whatever it is, we'll sort out the details. Just get connected as soon as you can, and we would love to have you participate.
So that'll be on the 4th of July, which, remember, is on Saturday this year. You've also got some things going on afterwards.
Our parade, as we said, starts down by the ball fields, and then it rolls through downtown on Jewett. It comes up at City Hall on Main Street, and then basically sort of dissipates and ends at the top of our park, Reingarten Park, which then anybody who either is escorting a veteran or driving a veteran will drop them off right there at the entry to the park, where we'll have a couple of big tents set up with seating available. One of those is going to be specifically for our veterans and their family to sit and enjoy the live music that'll begin at noon. And there'll probably be a few little booths of some different informational and maybe some nummies. I know that Community Partners usually has their shaved ice or does cotton candy, things like that.
Okay, so that'll begin about noontime after the parade's over, and for everybody to enjoy. There is something else you're doing right now, and that is this involves the art projects that people see in Bingen and White Salmon, the Big Art North Shore project. Sounds like they're looking for sponsors.
Yes, we, in the last 2-year cycle, became the North Shore Art of Community arm for Big Art, and we've got sites in both Bingen and White Salmon, and we're right now at the cusp of, we've removed the installations of art that were there for 2 years, and now our pads are empty, and I'm still at a point of needing a couple sponsors in order to get some big art in there for the next 2-year cycle.
Now, it looks like the 2 sites you're looking here at, they're pretty good exposure.
Really,
where
they are. Yes, a lot of visibility.
It's the two parks.
Rheingarten in White Salmon and Dobbins Beck down in Bingen.
So when somebody sponsors this, what do they do? What?
Well, they get their, it's a marketing expense, really. Their name goes onto a plaque that's there on the actual site. There is a QR code for, and I can't remember the right terminology for it, but basically it takes them back to a link where they find out more about the artist and the piece.
Okay.
And then there's a map that's actually hard printed, distributed around the community, the gorge, that draws people to the big art here in Hood River, as well as over on our side of the river for the North Shore. And this year we also are pleased to say that part of the North Shore East, if you will, is Maryhill Museum is going to be taking 2 new big art installations.
That seems appropriate. So if someone would like to sponsor Big Art North Shore at one of these locations, be it Dobbins Beck Park or Rheingarten Park, what do they do?
Again, just give me a call. Tamara Tappel at the Mount Adams Chamber of Commerce in White Salmon down there in the Park and Ride is our office if you want to stop in and have a conversation, or just give me a call.
What's the number at the chamber?
509-493-3630.
Okay. You almost had that sung like you're going to do a jingle for it there. 509-493-3630 is the. That's an easy number to remember, too. It kind of rolls off pretty well.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But again, that's if you want to sponsor Big Art North Shore, if you want to be a part of the 4th of July parade in White Salmon, or whatever is going on. Before we let you get away here, so how is tourism going here? I know we're kind of early in the summer, but
we've seen a lot of international travelers, and I've
Really?
been trying to consider if they're really here because of like the FIFA Cup thing, and I don't have any proof that they are. I feel like they've just been bottled up from not being able to travel, and all of a sudden there's been a little bit of like, let's go.
I know when you were for Click County Commission a few months ago, you mentioned it had been noticeable, the drop in international. Especially Canadian, I think, was
Yes,
there.
indeed.
Are we seeing Canadians come back?
A few.
Okay.
Not really like
Yeah.
to the levels that I would have said before, but yes,
Yeah.
there are some.
Okay, I'll be curious how this year's goes with overall, because I've talked about those others on the show. Gas prices being high can be bad, it would seem on the face, but also can be an opportunity because it might keep people like in the Portland area closer to home.
It is almost a pandemic-ish aspect, if you will. The gas prices are going to have people thinking about, local vacations versus, traveling further out,
Yeah,
cross country or something.
and if it trickles into the plane fares, et cetera, for people. But I do find it interesting the international, though, is maybe bouncing back here a little bit. But how tough is it, though, to tell? I mean,
It is a tough dynamic. I mean, we really try to have a conversation with every person we interact with. We have a visitor log that we ask them to sign in and capture
Sure.
the details. We use metrics from our business owners and other places we can get that information. But yes, in the big picture, to really know exactly what drove each visitor here, it's tough.
I would suspect World Cup, because you've got games in Seattle, would be bringing some people in.
We think so.
I mean, it's close. I mean, if you're an international traveler, it's very close to the gorge to Seattle.
Right.
We may not think so necessarily just because we live here, but it is a reasonable thing. And I think there is one American game here. I guess it's tonight. This is, as people well know on this show, I am not a soccer fan in any way, shape, or form, so I'm not really following this. But I think the Americans play tonight up in Seattle against Australia, so I could see where, if you have a sudden surge of Australians the next couple of days, that'll give you, I guess, a hint.
Watch the metrics. We'll see.
Watch the metrics, exactly. Tamara, thanks for doing this.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
Almost bottom of the hour, 8:30 in the morning. News is coming up next.
A pepperoni pizza for the table.
Thank you.
And may I suggest trying it with our Pepsi Zero Sugar? It has just the right amount of sweetness to complement all that cheesy, saucy goodness, while the carbonation and notes of citrus enhance the flavor profile. Simply divine.
Pepsi Zero Sugar? You've really outdone yourself this time. Pizza deserves Pepsi.
At the Springs at Mill Creek Assisted Living Community, we believe in living with purpose and enjoying life to its fullest. Nestled at 1201 West 10th Street, The Dalles, our community offers more than just a place to stay. Imagine dining on your schedule from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., choosing your meals from a full menu that suits your taste and lifestyle. Here, every day is an opportunity to thrive, connect, and embrace the joys of life. Discover a vibrant community where you decide how to spend your day. Visit the Springs at Mill Creek because your best life is waiting.
Get ready for country music nostalgia. The Honky Tonk Circus Tour at the Granada this Saturday, June 20th, 7 p.m. It's a high-energy country experience packed with the songs, memories, and attitude that made the 90s unforgettable. Featuring Nashville songwriter and entertainer Jeremy McComb. The Honky Tonk Circus brings the hits, the lights, and the party, celebrating the legends of country music. Grab your friends and get ready to sing along. The Honky Tonk Circus Tour, June 20th at the Granada. Tickets online at granadatheaterthedalles.com or at the door.
Coffee for Mid-Columbia Today guests is provided by Hood River Coffee Roasters, the gorgeous local coffee roasters on Tucker Road on the Heights in Hood River.
8:31 in the morning on Mid-Columbia Mornings. I'm going to admit, I almost thought that guy was saying hockey tonk. It's honky tonk, obviously. Shows where my interests are, I guess. I almost thought I had to stop for a second and go, no, that can't be what he said. Can't be what he said. Anyway, it's time to take a look at what's in the news. Hood River County Circuit Court Judge John Olson set bail at $750,000 for a 47-year-old man from the Dalles who faces 46 different charges, including 38 felonies involving a 14-year-old girl. Olson put what he called very stringent release conditions on Brian Matthew McGeaney, most notably that he would be under house arrest and have to wear a GPS bracelet at all times. McGeaney also could not have any contact with the victim or minors, consume intoxicants, or have access to social media. Olson set McGeaney's next court appearance for Tuesday if he posts bail, or July 6th if he does not. Following pushback from concerned legislators and researchers, federal leaders are withdrawing their removal of an ocean monitoring network, which includes infrastructure in Oregon. On Thursday, the National Science Foundation announced it would immediately halt its ongoing effort to dismantle the Ocean Observatories Initiative's monitoring networks in several states. The decision to reverse the plans comes after stakeholders argued the removal of the observatories would lead to a major loss in data, according to a federal agency. Now, NSF says it will collect input from stakeholders and convene an expert panel to identify a sustainable path for NSF's ocean observing systems. Washington's unemployment rate held steady at 5.2% in May, even as the economy added roughly 10,000 jobs, its highest one-month gain this year. The unemployment rate was unchanged from April. It was 4.5% in May 2025. The state's Employment Security Department says Washington gained a seasonally adjusted increase of 10,600 jobs in May. Of those, 4,800 were in the leisure and hospitality industries, followed by manufacturing with 2,200 jobs and construction with 1,600. Public sector employment gained 1,600 jobs. This marked the largest one-month surge since December, when 10,100 jobs were added, and last May, when the total reached 10,500. Oregon's most famous fish is going to celebrate another year. Herman the Sturgeon's birthday will be celebrated from 10 to 2 on Sunday at Bonneville Fish Hatchery. Herman, a white sturgeon measuring about 10 feet long and weighing more than 500 pounds, has lived at Bonneville Fish Hatchery since 1998 and is estimated to be in his 80s or early 90s. White sturgeon are among the Pacific Northwest's oldest fish species, with some living more than 100 years. It is 8:34 in the morning. A quick check of our temperatures. They're going up quick in Stevenson 66, the Dalles 70, Hood River 69.
Hi, this is Zach from Del Carpine Automotive. We're so excited to operate in our new location, just a stone's throw away from our old shop. A family-run business since 2003, Del Carpine continues to provide exceptional auto repair service for both foreign and domestic vehicles, even Sprinter vans. From simple oil changes to complex engine restorations, our experienced team is here to keep you safely on the road. Visit us at our great new location or give us a call at 541-386-3133. Del Carpine Automotive, family-owned and locally trusted.
When it's time for new floor covering, there's no better place than Affordable Floors and Abbey Carpets. Let Larry, Morgan, or Shelby guide you to your perfect floor. Affordable Floors, 1512 Osprey Drive across from Windmaster Market in Hood River. When you need septic tank service of any kind, call A1 Septic Tank Service. From installation, drain fields, and tank pumping to inspections and portable toilet sales, A1 does it all. Serving the Columbia Gorge since 1964. Learn more at a1septictankservice.com.
Mid-Columbia Today is a public affairs program of Bicoastal Media Columbia River, 98.3 FM and 1340 AM KIHR and GorgeRadio.com. Now, back to Mark Bailey.
8:38 in the morning on Mid-Columbia Today. Brett Stomps is with us from Hood River Fireworks. It's fireworks time. Good morning, Brett.
Good morning. Thanks for having me again.
Well, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. So the fireworks show, 4th of July, down by the river in the Port Marina area. And I'm just going to start with this right off the top because people know that. I don't think people who've listened to this show know this. People who've lived here a long time know this. Mm-hmm. The fireworks show in Hood River gets funded solely through donations, and you're going to tell me you're going to do a raffle this year.
Yep.
So people need to understand, you're not getting any money for this from outside sources.
No, we don't. We are 100% community funded, which is, it's a lot of work to do.
Oh, yes. I mean, it used to be the Lions Club.
Yeah, the Eye Openers.
Eye Openers Lions Club. I should be more specific there. Eye Openers Lions used to do this. And it became, because cost of fireworks went up also, more and more difficult. And I think you and a few others took it over, I want to say, about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah. So the Eye Openers Lions Club, as I understand it, was the pioneers of the fireworks in around 1978. And they have done it since until about 2020.
Yeah, Russ Paddock was chief of Pyromaniac.
Russ Paddock.
Yeah, he loved him. He always was a lot of fun.
Yeah, he is. He's my great uncle, actually.
Okay, yes.
That's how that worked out.
But he was the head pyrotechnic dude
the
on
very beginning. Yeah, the original pyro.
He was the original.
Yep.
And I think you've got holdovers from when the Lions Club did it that volunteer to help you.
We did, yeah. So for a while there, we had pyros that were not a part of the club coming out, and they get certified, they get trained, right? Yeah. And there was just enough people that kept coming back year over year that also weren't necessarily Lions, but we wanted their help. We loved their help.
Oh, yeah.
And eventually the Eye Opener Lions Club were just like, hey, this is something we are just not interested in doing anymore. But I was. And so that's when the nonprofit was created to kind of capture that event.
So what do you got planned this year?
Yeah, it's America's 250th. So been sticking some money underneath the couch cushion, so to speak. And so we have a bigger show. 34% bigger than the last few years. So with on top of the tariffs kind of knocking us down a little bit, but we had a raffle last year, and that is a big reason why we were able to put on a bigger show this year. And therefore, we have an even bigger raffle this year.
Okay, I'll get to the raffle here in just a bit. Okay. What does it take to design a show like this? I mean, the Dalles, they have the professional group that comes in. But how do you guys design a show?
It's actually kind of the same.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
We use the same supplier. And so I don't know exactly how the Dalles does it, but I think our group is actually like volunteers. And I don't know if the Dalles is actual hired. Like, we are all certified through the same program.
Okay.
And so that supplier is what actually designs the show.
Okay.
We didn't want to take on that burden of doing all that, right? There's a lot more, and the cost of actually doing it is very, very small to have it designed. It's like a computer-generated thing. It's going to do a better job than me.
Sure. Oh,
so
absolutely.
My job is really fundraising and volunteer work.
And get it put up that way.
Yep, exactly.
So when we say bigger, what does that mean here in fireworks?
Yeah, so over the last few years, when we were transitioning from the Eye Openers over to really the Hood River Fireworks LLC, right? The 501c3, that is. We were trying to just get the message out that we needed more donations. We were really trying to get the word out about, we're 100% community funded. The situation out there is bigger meant bigger shells. We didn't really want to make the show much longer, right? Sure. It's already at 10 o'clock. That's already kind of a problem with me about how late it is during this time of year. But the reality is we had to take larger shells and make them smaller.
Okay.
So we had 6-inch shells. We moved them to 5 inches and then 4 inches, and just like kind of kept the show lengthening out that way by producing a smaller show. So now we actually have more of the bigger shells, more of the boxes, more of the funners, the big stuff.
Okay. So this will again be about 10 o'clock, I believe, at the Port Hood Marina area. Best because it doesn't get dark enough, I don't think, until 10 o'clock to really do this. So let's talk about then how you are financing this these days. And you said, you still take donations, I'm sure.
100%. Yeah, we do still accept general donations.
So how much does it cost to put the show on?
Yeah, this year be about $32,000.
Okay.
Yep.
And that's up a bit, I assume.
About $10,000 from last year.
Partly because you're trying to do a bigger show for the 250th.
Exactly.
And partly, I assume, because like everything else, the cost of fireworks keeps going up.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So
raffle.
Tell me about the raffle. What do you guys do?
So, initially we were thinking about doing business sponsorships, and the reality is it's our fundraising crew is basically me and like one other person.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, I have a day job, all this other stuff of life. It's really a lot of work to get this sponsorship program going. And we weren't really sure even exactly how to give back to businesses in a very valuable way.
Sure.
Instead, what we found was last year was like, hey, why don't we just do a raffle? It's way less effort on the fundraising side. We contact a business. Do you have something that you want to give back to your community in an engaging way?
Yeah.
And it was like, yes. And so like we have people who are like Wet Planet wants to give a free rafting ride for 2. Cascade Cliffs Winery tasting for 6. We're giving away an entire SUP board this year, like paddle, pump, everything.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? And we have, Airbnb for 2 nights. We're $1,200. So we're trying to we're going to eventually, my dream would be to continue to get higher value donation items to raffle off that are all local.
Sure.
And you can get in for as little as $5.
Yeah.
Right. And the more you buy, the more it supports
Sure.
your winning of that raffle item.
So I take are tickets $5 for this?
You can set however much you want. It's a sliding scale that basically the more you donate, the cheaper the next ticket gets. So
okay, so it starts at X dollar, $5.
Yeah.
And then it's like three for 10, 4 for I don't mean to put words in your mouth.
No, exactly. No, you're exactly right.
but the basic, if you want one ticket's $5.
But it's like I think I set the bottom of like 25.
Oh,
but
20,
I was
sorry.
Honestly like really just lazy because it's just me.
Okay.
But you can set a lower amount, so I don't know what $5 equals. Maybe maybe 5 tickets.
I'm being old-fashioned and envisioning you
selling on a computer,
selling tickets. This is dumb of me. It's because it's digital. You're running this digitally, so that you can scale it based on exactly how much somebody gives.
Exactly. Yeah, you probably earn a fraction of a ticket, I'm sure, on the system.
Okay. No, I would just now that I have this, I was thinking, raffle tickets in physical form, and I realized nobody does that anymore, apparently. So anyway, so how can people take part in that?
Yep. As usual, people can go on to the hoodriverfireworks.com, but we're also going to be walking the parade. So if you do want to see us in person, we're going to have little business cards with a QR on it. We're going to be giving them out to everybody we can see out at the parade. But you'll just scan that, join. I don't know of a better way to do it. That's kind of the only way that makes sense when you're talking about this scale of a fundraiser.
Oh, yeah.
So otherwise... Yeah.
I say, do you have at this point the money on hand to pay for this show? That was always a question.
It's always a question, yeah. So I always have to pay in advance.
Right.
So I have this show locked in and secured. And that's always hard to talk to the public about because they're like, well, I won't be here next year. Or, they change their mind, or I'll donate next year. And like, no, I need it now, technically, so that we have next year's ready.
So, again, go to hoodriverfireworks.com.
Yep.
And you can sign up for the raffle and take part in that. And help pay for the show as a community event.
Right.
And so, again, 10 o'clock in the evening, Port Hood River Marina Park. How far out can people see this? Because, I know in some cases people, the marina gets crowded down there.
Yeah.
And this is, again, like with Monday with Kevin Greenwood from the port. If you're going to go down there, be patient on the 4th of July. It's going to be a while getting out of there. It's really not built for this large a crowd that they have to get the ingress and egress.
Yep.
But how far out do people see it?
I have no idea. I bet you could see it on Burgoyne Mountain. Easy.
Okay.
Like I've seen photos from up there. I mean, obviously Underwood. It's like we're in a perfect spot. It's also a super safe spot, right? We're surrounded by rock, sand. Right.
Yeah, sure.
Water. So it's really, we've been doing it for 1978 without issues too. And we have a survey on our website right? You go to hoodriverfireworks.com, find that survey, and we are looking for people to give their input, right? Share your opinions on this 4th of July show and help us shape the future.
Well, it's, I keep coming back again. I'd rather see people go watch you guys do this because you guys are trained and in a good spot, know what you're doing, than people start taking their own stuff out that, again, has been pretty much barred in Hood River County by resolution here a couple days ago. And the problems start to go to that point. I've never heard of a show like this really ever causing a problem.
Exactly. And it's funny, that's a question on our survey is, do you believe, right, does a professional show like ours create more illegal activity or less? And it's always fun to read the responses.
That I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it prevents that much, but again, but it might. It's again, a professional show well run is good. That's fine. That's I just cringe at people going out into like the person who shot a bottle rocket in Indian Creek Trail a few years ago.
I know, and I think a lot of people stick to that, and they wonder if that's what we're going to be promoting, and it's totally not.
No,
at all.
It really isn't. I mean, this is you guys are, all your volunteers are really well trained.
Exactly.
They have done this, and
some of them for decades.
Yeah,
some originals from the 80s. Yeah, still on the display.
In fact, are you in need of people to learn to be able to younger folks like yourself to continue?
Yeah, we actually have some people. So you can go to our website at the very bottom. You can do the little join, or volunteer button, and you can register. And when we come around to doing the training, you'll get an email and learn how to be a part of either our pyro crew or our other fundraising crew. So we definitely have people who, hey, this was fun. I'm gonna do different plans this year, and we need people that continually join.
Absolutely. So again, the raffle that helps pay for this to donate. HoodRiverFireworks.com. It's really simple.
Yep.
And you've got, I think, 6 prizes this year.
We had 15.
Oh, 15. Okay.
We had 4 last year.
All right. Okay. That's really where it jumped from.
Yeah. Now we have 15.
And they're all very nice prizes, by the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They're all, and they're from local businesses.
Yep.
Who've given to take part in this and help provide the show for everybody. So, if you are going to view this. Or frankly, if you just think you're like me, it's like you may not see it, but it's a good thing for the community.
Yeah,
we urge you to take part and give some money through this, and you might win something along the way.
That's what's really nice. Yeah.
So it's not a bad deal there. Again, HoodRiverFireworks.com, 4th of July. What's the goal for fundraising this year? Or do you even set a goal?
I like goals, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think I shoot for about 40,000 is what I'm shooting for this year. And I'll tell you, just on a quick plug on this. Yeah. I know a lot of people want a New Year's show, more of a locals display.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of trying to aim a little high so that if I need to or if I could, I would do 2 displays.
Sure. So
that's where I'm kind of headed with this.
So, if you're thinking about New Year's Eve also, not a bad way to help it out. So,
exactly.
HoodRiverFireworks.com. Brett, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
It is 8:50 in the morning. We'll come back to a little more right after this.
Hey, Gorge neighbors, it's Angela from Cedar Creek Alpacas. You don't have to drive hours or spend a fortune on gas for a memorable summer adventure. Right here, just 15 minutes west of Hood River Bridge in Cook, Washington, you'll find cute baby alpacas, mountain views, and a peaceful farm experience the whole family will love. We're locally owned, close to home, and proud to have been voted best in the Gorge for attraction and family entertainment. Come slow down, meet the herd, and make a day of it at Cedar Creek Alpacas in Cook, Washington. More at cedarcreekalpacas.com.
Eastside Paving has a local team of professional paving experts ready to handle any size job for you. Eastside Paving's 35 years of experience provides the knowledge, procedures, and resources to ensure the job is done correct. Licensed, bonded, and insured in Oregon and Washington, Eastside Paving specializes in industrial, commercial, and residential jobs. Whether it's overlay, parking lots, private roads, patching, or driveway resurfacing, Eastside Paving has you covered. Call Rick Saran today for a free estimate. 503-519-6478. EastsidePaving.com. CCB 68962.
Coffee for Mid-Columbia Today guests is provided by Hood River Coffee Roasters, the Gorge's local coffee roasters, on Tucker Road on the Heights in Hood River.
8:52 in the morning on Mid-Columbia Today as we begin to wind things down on a Friday morning. Unless you're listening on the podcast, at which point I don't know when you're listening. It could be, it could be July 12th and the fireworks show is over. And the parades are over. All those things. I do suspect our podcasts, in many cases, have a limited lifespan when you get right down. Because we're talking about things like today, kind of 4th of July themed. We will remind you that today, 3 to 8, Jackson Park and Hood River, it is the 4th annual Juneteenth celebration. And there'll be music, food, kids' activities, and more. It's a free event presented by Black in the Gorge. Mentioned Rootstock Festival earlier, Friday 4 to 11, Saturday 10 to 11, Sunday 10 to 4, Dobbin Speck Park in Bingen. Free admission, the full schedule at hiddengemeventsandmore.com. And Gorge Blues and Brews Festival is coming up Friday and Saturday at the Skamania County Fairgrounds in Stevenson, or tonight and Saturday. Tonight, 8 to midnight. Tomorrow, 2 to 10. Weekend pass, $35 at tickettomato.com. So we got some things going on here. We should also mention a couple others while we have a chance. We do have some time. Columbia Gorge Orchestra Association Piano Summit. The Gorge Sinfonietta with soloist Catherine Applin and Mitchell Jet Spencer. Also the final concert for retiring conductor Mark Steigner. Saturday evening, 7 o'clock, Sunday at 2, Y East Middle School Performing Arts Center in Odell. Tickets at gorgeorchestra.org. And a couple of free events also going on. Herman the Sturgeon's birthday celebration is Sunday, 10 to 2 at Bonneville Fish Hatchery. Free family-friendly event includes birthday sing-alongs, cupcakes, raffle prizes, hatchery activities, and opportunities to learn about one of Oregon's oldest living fish. And Doug's Hood River Go Skate Day is noon to 5 on Sunday at the Hood River Skate Park. Free giveaways, prizes, jams, and more. It's for all ages. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat there all of a sudden. I've transitioned, by the way. Remember I had a cold late in the baseball season for the Eagles. I've transitioned now to allergy at this point, I believe. Yeah, it seems to only be happening when I'm around certain types of grasses. And apparently we've got some around here. Anyway, it's 8:55. We'll take our last break. We'll come back and head you out for the week after this.
I am Heidi Hedlund, the quality manager at Skyline. I'm able to participate in all the patient care processes that are important, like what prevents patient falls from happening, what prevents patient infections from happening. Those type of things happen very rarely here at Skyline, I am happy to say. Skyline's a great place to stay if your family member is sick or if you get sick, because quality is a foundational aspect of Skyline Health. I am Skyline.
Get ready for country music nostalgia. The Honky Tonk Circus Tour at the Granada this Saturday, June 20th, 7 p.m. It's a high-energy country experience packed with the songs, memories, and attitude that made the 90s unforgettable. Featuring Nashville songwriter and entertainer Jeremy McComb. The Honky Tonk Circus brings the hits, the lights, and the party, celebrating the legends of country music. Grab your friends and get ready to sing along. The Honky Tonk Circus Tour, June 20th at the Granada. Tickets online at granadatheaterthedalles.com or at the door.
Tune in weekday mornings at 8:05 and keep up with community events and issues with the Mid-Columbia Today Show on Mid-Columbia's news leaders, 98.3 FM and 1340 AM KIHR. Special thanks to our sponsors, Skyline Hospital, Eastside Paving, and Del Carpine Automotive.
8:56 in the morning on Mid-Columbia Today. Rest of the week on the show, actually next week, because rest of the week is 2 minutes worth of program left. Tomorrow, on Monday, City of Hood River. Mayor Paul Blackburn, City Manager Abigail Elder will join us. Probably talk about a couple of the events they've got coming up, because they've got a town hall on housing coming up on Tuesday next week. And they've also got on the following week a Hood River Police Department open house and tour. That's all in preparation for bond measures. So we will talk to them about what they've got planned there. Tuesday, we actually don't have anything scheduled right now. Been a while since I've been in that position. I'm not sure how well I'll find people today, by the way. Wednesday, we'll talk Washington Gorge Action Programs. Thursday, Columbia Gorge Community College. And Friday, we will talk next week. It's Master Gardener Day on Friday. So all that coming up on our little program next week, which will take us almost to the end of June. Shockingly enough, we're almost there. Summer starts. I don't have the time summer starts, but it's supposed to be a Sunday, I believe, sometime. 21st. Occasionally be the day before on the 20th. But I do not know. I did not look it up, did not give myself the opportunity to do so. Now, maybe I can find it here real quick if I can operate my iPhone properly, which is doubtful. I'm in that age. It's like I can't. Cameron and his thumbs probably naturally do it. It's almost instinctual. For me, I've got to really think about what I'm typing in. And luckily helped me with the menu. It's going to be on Sunday, the astronomical summer solstice. But I don't have a time there for it. Usually I've got a time. I don't see one. Yeah, that's AI for you. You can tell I'm not an AI person. I'm not an adapter at this point. Okay, there's the time it says here. 4:24 in the morning Eastern time, which would be 1:24 in the morning here in the Pacific Coast. 1:24 a.m. So if you want to observe the summer starting, that's what you got to do. Be up early Sunday morning. Okay, I stammered through the end of this. It's time for a weekend. For Cameron Eisenberg producing, I'm Mark Bailey. Talk to you again on Monday.
The Mid-Columbia Today Show is a public affairs presentation of Bicoastal Media Columbia River. The views expressed on the program are not necessarily those of the station, parent company, or of the sponsors. We welcome your suggestions for future shows. Call us at 541-386-1511. Listen to Mid-Columbia Today where you want. Follow or subscribe to Mid-Columbia Today wherever you download your podcast to get the show delivered every day to your mobile device.